Here's what you missed on Phathead and Cande in the morning. Weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.
My Country 96.1, Phathead, Cande Roth. Looking at a typical summer day and a bunch of rain here crossing the island into the early afternoon. We do have a Salt Shack Monday night set up for you. Hoping we are all cleared out by then. Just keep an eye on the sky. We should be good. We're looking for this rain to go away. But, yeah, we're going to have a bunch of stuff here till early afternoon, Cande. Not good.
Well, every now and then we need a little rain, and it's Monday, and it's okay.
I have to tell you, we rode through on my cruise as we get into the vacation here. A couple of the nights that we were cruising the Atlantic down and back and forth there to the Bahamas and Jersey, we ran through a couple of thunderstorms.
Oh, how was it? I would like that as long as I felt safe.
Yeah, it was fine. You know, as long as it's not. Here's the thing: that people who don't go on cruises, they don't understand. You know, if it's a hurricane, that's one thing. Obviously, that is, then you're in for it. But when it's just a thunderstorm, a typical summer thunderstorm, the wind is usually not whipping up, and the seas are okay. And you move a touch, like hardly. You don't feel it. And woke up to a little thunder here and there, and maybe a rainstorm every now and again. But I have to say, they all hit at nighttime. We had some of the most beautiful sunshine and hot weather, Cande, you'd ever.
Love it.
Just incredible. Yeah.
It's been very good. And you know what's funny? July was like August. And now August is like September because it's getting like cooler in the evening, like when you wake up as we do early in the morning, it's almost refreshing.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
What's happening here?
I don't know. The world is changing, Cande.
I see that.
But I have to say, 7 days on a cruise ship, and it's not my first rodeo. I think this was my seventh cruise. It was by the time it was over, and we'll go through it here, but we were so full and so tired. We were ready. We were ready to get off and come home.
Yeah. 7 is a lot. 5 I did. Excuse me.
Yeah.
5 I did, and that was enough. I don't think I'd like any longer, but I understand your love of cruises.
Yeah, no, 5's not enough. 7 for sure. But we went on Oasis of the Seas this past Friday, the 28th of July. We left, and we went right out of New Jersey. And Cande, we were not the only ones in this listening area who were on the ship. I have to tell you, I ran into a bunch of people who listened to the show. From this area, we ran into a couple of schoolmates of my children who were on the show.
That's very interesting.
Who were on the show. Who were on the ship, yep. We ran into a former coworker of my wife who was on the ship.
Wow.
I was in an elevator one day, and there was a woman with a hoodie, and it had Long Island on it. And I said, it didn't get into...
Hello, I am Phathead. I, too, am from Long Island.
I did not... We did not get into that. But I said, oh, where are you from? She said Medford. So, they were just filled with Long Islanders, as you'd imagine, because, you're going right out of New Jersey.
That's the beauty of it. Coming out of New and not having to fly. I know my hairdresser went on a cruise yesterday, but had to fly to Florida to get the cruise. So, yeah, it's a big convenience being able to take off from Jersey.
It would have to take a special cruise to get me to fly to and from a cruise ship at this point in my life. Considering...
All right.
Well, no, but...
Considering you're 50 now.
Well, no, that's not what I was going to say. Considering you can catch all the major gigantic cruise ships right out of New York or New Jersey, who cares? Whatever brand you want to sail on, you really, unless you're going to Europe or something, you don't have to fly. Going to Alaska, obviously. But if you're just cruising to the Caribbean, the Bahamas, I will never get on an airplane to cruise to that area.
We noted that.
Yeah, it's so convenient. It really,
It
really
really
is.
is.
So we had a bunch of celebrations. I did turn 50
Oof,
on the ship.
you did.
We did have a cake for me. We did have hibachi that night. It was wonderful. Some sushi and hibachi. Candy, we stopped at Port Canaveral in Orlando, near Orlando, not
Mm-hmm.
in Orlando.
Right.
And one of my great friends, as he did last year, he came to the port, picked us up, and about 5 minutes from Port Canaveral is Cocoa Beach. And we spent the afternoon on the beach with his family.
How lovely.
Yeah, it was beautiful for the second year in a row.
That's very nice.
Yeah, it really worked out well. And when I tell you it's 5 minutes from the port, it literally is. It's a 5 minute drive to Cocoa Beach, and that was awesome. And then the next stop, the day 4, was in Nassau, Bahamas, and we went back and forth about whether we were going to get off the ship. Now, if you recall, this is the stop. We were going to go play tennis, right, with Leah.
Ah, now I've been to Nassau a couple of times.
Okay, so for anyone who cruises, they just finished the rebuilding project at the Nassau port. It is absolutely gorgeous. Brand new port. It's got a whole bunch of shopping, and they enclosed it. It's got all fencing and
Oh,
and like security and police presence. So like when you get off the ship and you go to get a cab or get on a bus or you want to go somewhere in Bahamas, it's all official taxi cabs and buses and people driving who are affiliated with the cruise ships and the port, so you know who you're getting in with, because you never know in some of these ports, can you?
very true. Very true. You have to be careful.
So when we pulled into Nassau, the weather was not looking great. They were expecting thunderstorms, and Dana and Elijah and my in-laws decided to stay on the ship. And I turned to, after going back and forth a little bit, I turned to Leah and Abigail, and I said, you know what? When are we going to do this again? Let's just go. Grab your tennis bag, get dressed, let's get out of here. Candy, was the best decision we made the whole trip.
Aw,
Yeah. So, as per the recommendation of a buddy of mine who got married at Baha Mar Resort in Nassau, which is, it's like 4 or 5 years old. It's a brand new resort, huge, 3 hotels. I mean, gigantic restaurants. I mean, as big as you can imagine, pools and beaches. They have a racket club, and so we went. We did not get to play on the grass court that
oh,
I had reserved because it was under renovation. When I got there, they were doing something to it. So
hmm.
we played on the hard court. We had an incredible time. I have pictures. I will send you. I will post. I will get up all sorts of stuff in the next couple days. We had a great time, and then me, Abby, and Leah, we walked through the hotel. We went into their beach. We went into their pools, Candy, and we had a
Love that. We did that in Vegas with the kids when they were little. I think Casey and Evan were about 7 and 10 at the time. We went to every hotel along the strip, to every pool, to everything they had. It was a blast. I loved doing that, going to places and just using their facilities and leaving.
yeah. And I don't know if we were allowed or not, but there was really no
They never stopped us once, I think,
right,
because we were a family.
right. Mm-hmm. And that probably makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was beautiful. We had a great time at Baha Mar, and then we got back on the ship. And of course, if you're going on one of these cruises that sails down to the Bahamas on Royal Caribbean, the gem of the trip, really, the reason you go is day 5, Coco Cay, their private island. And this is the island that, if you see a Royal Caribbean commercial, this is the one with the gigantic water park and the tallest water slide in North America and the beaches. And there is nothing like Coco Cay. Nothing
All
like
right.
it.
So, how was
Yeah.
your day at
It
Coco
was
Cay?
perfect. It was a perfect day at Coco Cay. You cannot have a bad day at
All
Coco Cay.
right.
It was amazing.
Did you go in the ocean?
Of course, I went in the ocean.
Did you look for
Absolutely.
sharks?
Oh, good tip. So I have to, not at Coco Cay, but pulling into Port Canaveral, Did I send you the pictures? Did I show you?
Yes. First you saw, which I love. I think I'm related to dolphins. I love them. I have some sort of spiritual connection. But orca whales.
Yeah, so going into Port Canaveral, I have video of dolphins following the ship. They are just gorgeous,
Oh,
just beautiful.
I can't
And
love them more if I
then,
tried.
I know you're not going to love this, but on the way home, the last day before we hit Jersey, we're probably off the coast of Virginia, somewhere in there. I think the ship was releasing some of
Yeah,
its
but why do you
food.
have to think that? Why do you have to say that? Can't
Um,
they just be in the water with you?
well,
Because I was enjoying everything, and then you texted me that, and I was like,
well,
ew.
no, this is what cruise ships do. They, by law, if they have the right facilities, which they all do now on their ship, it runs through a cycle where it gets cleaned and processed and whatever, and then when they're 20 miles or more off the coast, they're allowed to shoot the food out into the ocean, and the fish feed on it. That's the leftover food that people waste, right? And coming back to Jersey, there were families of orca whales
Yes.
following the ship,
Oh,
and we couldn't tell at first because we're high up, and we're probably about 100 yards or so from these whales, and maybe more. And at first we thought they might have been dolphins. Then we thought they were sharks. But then after zooming in on the videos, they looked like
orca,
orcas.
black
Yeah,
and white. Yeah. Now that I love.
yeah. It was really really cool.
That is.
Um, we celebrated Dana's birthday, the final day.
Right. She's quite a bit younger than you, so she doesn't have any rings.
That's true. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. Um, and I do have to tell you that we got a tour for the first time ever. We got a tour of the bridge where they drive the ship.
Oh.
Yeah, it was awesome. We were able to go see the captain and like see where they actually drive
Now,
the
how do
ship.
you get to do that? Do you have to schedule that? What goes
We
on with something
we
like that?
we booked a special trip where we got that
Ah,
privilege. Yeah.
gotcha.
They also got us a tour of the galley, one of the kitchens on the ship. So
I don't know if I'd want to see that and keep eating.
I got to tell you, you could lick the floor.
Ah,
This kitchen, and they said we have a team of 105 people. This is what the guy says. We have 105 people. Their only job is day shift and night shift. Their only job on the ship is to clean the kitchens on the ship.
wow.
That's
That
it.
would not be a job for me. Okay.
Yeah.
Cleaning, my only job. Oh no.
Yeah, they go around and clean all the kitchens.
Well,
Incredible.
that's nice. I'm glad that you saw firsthand that it is really, really clean. Good to know.
All right, vacation was great. One final note before we finish up, Candy. For anyone who thinks that COVID still doesn't exist or is gone,
Uh-oh.
last year, my daughter Leah came home
Yes.
with COVID.
Yep.
This year it was my father-in-law's turn.
No.
Yes, yes, yes. He went back to Delaware, and by the way, he was great until day 7. Right, day 7, right before the morning we got off. It was about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He just out of nowhere starts coughing like a maniac and says to Dana, "Man, do I feel tired? My arms feel heavy. What is going on?"
Oh
Right?
no.
I took his temperature. He had 101 and a half fever.
Whoa.
We had tests with us. He tested positive
Oh
immediately,
dear.
and he laid in bed. We brought him food. We stayed away from him, and he got off the ship bright and early the next morning. The rest of us are fine. We've been testing. We're fine. Rest of us are good. We feel good.
Wonder how many people he gave COVID on that ship to.
Or how many people gave it
Yeah.
to him? Who knows?
Oof.
But
See, this is why I
right.
hate it. My cousin, I told you one time, was on a cruise and they had a stomach bug going around.
Yeah.
And they both got it, and there was only one tiny bathroom, and it was hell. And they
Well,
came to examine them, and they quarantined them. Half the ship was quarantined. It was a nightmare.
well, they do a good job of cleaning. They really do. The ships are clean, but yeah, it happens. Anyway, we had a good time. I'll get some pictures and videos and stuff up
Well, now
over
I'm
the
worried about the artist known as Tony.
He'll be fine. I spoke to him yesterday. He'll be fine.
All right, all
Give him a
right.
week
Oh
and a
my
half, 2 weeks.
goodness, I'm
Yeah.
not getting on any cruise with you.
All right, we got the Bald and the Beautiful entertainment coming up about 8:12 or so. National Days, good news stories, bunch of rain coming through till early afternoon. Let's hit the roads. My Country 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.